Today we're going to talk about rational exponents, radicals, and rationalization. If e over I is a rational number with I greater than or equal to 2, then b raised to the e over I is equal to the ith root of b to the e, or you can say the ith root of b all raised to the e. Now this form right here is really useful with computations, but this is going to be the more popular way that we're going to write it. I stands for index and e for exponent. So we're going to convert the following expression to a radical notation. So we have x to the 2/5. Now notice here our answer is the 5th root of x squared. So the 2 in the numerator becomes the exponent in the radical, and the 5 in the denominator becomes the index of the radical. When we consider number 2, we have 5x squared plus 1 to the 1/2 power. So this is written as the square root of 5x squared plus 1 to the 1st. But we see that the 2 and the 1 are really unnecessary because the square root symbol naturally implies that you have a 2 there, and the 1 as an exponent is unnecessary. We're going to convert the following expression to rational exponent notation. So consider the 6th root of y to the 5th. Notice that the answer is y to the 5 over 6. So the exponent inside becomes the numerator, and the index on the root becomes the denominator. Now number 2 is a little different. It's the 7th root of 4x cubed plus x. And here, notice that this 4x cubed plus x is all raised to the 1st power. So in our answer, we have to make sure that we put that entire piece in parentheses and raise it to the 1/7. So make sure your parentheses are there, otherwise that's not going to be the same thing. Moving on, we're going to rationalize the denominator and simplify the expression. So in order to rationalize the denominator, we're going to get rid of the radical that's in the denominator. So to do that, we're going to multiply by the conjugate. So with 4 over root 6, the conjugate is root 6. So we have 4 divided by root 6 times root 6 over root 6. Multiplying gives us 4 root 6 divided by 36, and we simplify that to get root 6 over 9. Note that root 6 will not simplify, so this root 6 over 9 is our final answer. With number 2, we've got multiple terms in the bottom. So with these 2 terms, when we look for the conjugate, what we do is we change the sign of the second term. So we're going to multiply 8 over 1 minus root 5 by 1 plus root 5 divided by 1 plus root 5. Now this is very important. We only want to multiply out what we're trying to rationalize. So as you can see in the next step, we're just going to leave the numerator as 8 times 1 plus root 5, and you can see in the bottom that we have FOILed the denominators. Now the nice thing about multiplying by the conjugate is that because we changed the sign of the middle, that means they're always going to cancel. So we now have 8 times 1 plus root 5, all divided by negative 4. And 8 over negative 4 is a negative 2. So this gives us negative 2 times 1 plus root 5. And you could distribute that negative 2 if you wanted and get negative 2 minus 2 root 5. Now we're going to rationalize the numerator and simplify. And this time we're also going to add an x in there. So you can see that we have root x plus 4 over x minus 16. So the root x plus 4, to find its conjugate, we're going to change that plus sign. So we've got root x plus 4 over x minus 16 times root x minus 4 over root x minus 4. Now remember, we only want to multiply out what we are trying to rationalize. So we're going to FOIL the top to get x minus 16, and we're going to leave our denominator as x minus 16 times root x minus 4. Notice that x minus 16 in the top and bottom cancel, leaving us with 1 over root x minus 4.